On the tee from the United States of America, the Back Nine Bros. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
All right, what's up, everybody? We're back here. It's another week on the Back Nine Bros. We have looks like the last event of the wraparound season, boys, in the RSM Classic. A lot of bubble boys this week. Going to be a fun one to watch. It's crazy that a couple months the season will be starting up again. Look, I mean, final stage Q school almost coming up soon. Second stage started today or yesterday. But yeah, dude, we're getting close to this to 2023-24 season. So look, we're coming off of Camilo Villegas, man. Good for him after the runner-up and at WWT and now winning here out in Bermuda, finally getting that win after everything he's been through. It's such a great thing to see. I know Drewby was watching very closely. Now Drewby's he jumped on the bandwagon there of Camilo. I think it's because he likes the collar pop. I think that's what it is. But no, great to see. And now he looks like, I don't know, is he allowed to play in the Masters now, Drewby? Does that get him in, or that event doesn't do it? I think it does.
I think it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know though, but I think it does. You know what's interesting about Camilo, other than the fact that he's just like a bunker god, fairway bunker god. He wears white every single day.
He does. He wears white a lot. All white.
We're all white every
Yeah.
single day.
I don't know. It's just this thing, I guess. But what's got me is, I mean, I guess he's done that for a while, that popping the collar, but I don't know why. I don't know. I guess he likes it. Maybe honestly, might be for what Boba does sometimes, protects for sun protection, right, Bobo?
Smart move for sure. Yeah, that sun can get your neck where you least expect it. So Camilla, smart man.
Putting on some harbor for you, right? Though, right?
Yeah, you always got to supplement it with a little harbor, aka sunscreen. But the pop collar, I guess he's probably down in Florida, so the pop collar in Florida is a must-have.
Yeah, he's down at Bears Club and Trump Jupe, I think. But no, great to see him win. So yeah, I mean, any takeaways there, boys? I mean, I didn't get to watch it, but Drewby, would you watch?
Yeah, I watched it. Everything but the last, not much of the last day because I was watching football.
Yeah.
But oh, I mean, great for him. He played well the previous week at the Worldwide Technologies. I mean, he's been playing well all year since he finally found something with the putter. I think he's putting with a Lab Golf putter. Shout out Lab Golf.
Yeah.
Uh, I think he's making a lot. I know he's making a lot of putts. I know he's hitting everything close. I mean, it was just a shootout out there, and his wedges were just impeccable. I mean, it was a matter of time. I mean, good for him for all he's been through. We know with the passing of his daughter and stuff like that. I mean, just a guy that you really root for, just a guy that everyone wants to come back and be good again, and he is again. I mean, he's a guy who was a staple on the tour, whether it be the spider putting read when he would get down on all fours and read his putts and stuff like that. I mean, everyone. I don't know anyone that wouldn't root for Camilo. So I mean, good for him, and I think he's gonna have a great season coming up.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. You know, I mean, we started to see it earlier in the season, some form coming back. And, he said this week that, he spoke with one of his coaches a couple of weeks ago. They were at a point where he wasn't really sure about his game, but his coach said, listen, he's like, to be honest with you, I think you still have what it takes to win out in the PGA Tour again. And, they fought hard and they dug deep in the last 2 weeks. I mean, he gave everything out there. I mean, and for a while it was like, is he going to do it? Could he finally get through the finish line? And he did. So really great to watch. And look, I'm excited to see what's in store for him next season.
I have to wonder if that inspires one of his best friends to get back in the winning circle. Also, not that
Yeah, you never know. I mean, that and
Milo's
the
what?
winning the Ryder Cup. Yeah, I don't know. You never know.
Milo's 3 years younger than him, four maybe.
Camilo, I think 41, and Luke's going to be 45 next month. So three and a half, yeah. Or sorry, Luke's going to be 46 next month. So he's 45 now.
We're under 5 years to the champ tour, man.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to do it, but we'll see. So yeah, so good week overall in Bermuda. Always liked that event. I really was surprised how low the scores were because I thought, I guess the wind wasn't whipping as much as I thought it would, but Groovy.
I also don't think we can go on to RSM without talking about the Bryan Bros.
Oh yeah,
George,
those are your guys, so I'll let you handle that.
George and Wesley both making the cut. I mean, Wesley obviously insane second round to just make the cut. Ended up finishing better than George, obviously, but I mean, uh, it's just so impressive. I mean, the fact that he's basically a YouTube golfer like George, because that's what he does. I mean, obviously he's better than a YouTube golfer. He's a professional golfer, but he's playing in second stage this week. I didn't see what he shot. I don't know if his site started yet, but I mean that's just incredibly impressive stuff to make a cut, and not only make a cut on the PGA Tour, but on that golf course where you have to make a lot of birdies to make the cut. I believe it was what, 4 or 5 under. So I mean that's just incredibly impressive, and it's great for golf too because that's growing the game. Kids love the Bryan brothers. They love watching their stuff on YouTube. So I mean, for them to both make the cut and for the content to be provided, again, Golf Channel could have done better in showing them in the coverage, which kind of sucks. The PGA Tour did all they could with the coverage. I know that there's a feature of them that came out. It's a 30-minute video showing their experiences and stuff. So it is what it is, but I thought it was great. And we've got another set of brothers, identical twins, coming up this week in the Ford brothers. One of them's a guest of the pod playing. So it's good to see the brothers getting some chances on the PGA Tour, and we'll have to preview how they're going to do, which brother we think is going to do better. But I couldn't go on without shouting out the Bryan Bros.
Speaking of that little episode the PGA Tour made, I think it's called The Turn. They've been doing it for every week of the wraparound season. PGA is starting to get it. I know a few years back they did those extended highlights for the full rounds of certain guys, and then they kind of stopped doing that, and people were all mad. And then I guess with Liv and everything that's happened the last few years, their reputation has kind of, suffered a little bit. They're kind of starting to reemerge. They're putting out some good content. They're being more fun. There's always been complaints I see on social media about the PGA Tour not allowing people to post content that the PGA technically owns, and now they're doing damn well. So I give them credit. I think this new series is pretty damn cool. You get a behind the scenes of all these young guys, some of the guys that are trying to get full status. So I think they're doing the right things. And to anybody who hasn't watched, go watch some of these episodes. The one with Austin Eckrow, which I think was at the Shriners, was great. This week with George and Wesley was pretty damn good too. So credits to the PGA Tour. They're starting to really be more enticing to the new generation of golfers for sure.
Another thing of a guy who's on there that you wouldn't expect to be so emotional because he doesn't really talk that much. He's known as a quieter guy. Another guy that they're following that's also on the cusp. A previous multiple-time PGA Tour winner, Ryan Palmer. There's a lot of emotion from him in that episode, which I really liked. Another thing that bothers me is you mentioned people in the comment section always saying like do better and stuff. When people comment on PGA Tour posts saying like about the Bryan brothers, well, you guys didn't show them. People don't understand that the PGA Tour and Golf Channel are two separate entities. Like the PGA Tour has no control over when Golf Channel shows the coverage. Otherwise, I'm sure there would be a lot more coverage of the PGA Tour. So, I mean, stuff like that is funny. But no, I think they're doing a great job. A lot of content's being produced. For example, this week, Matt Adkins, Corn Ferry legend, Monday qualified, has thought about like quitting golf, was the last guy in, or one of the last guys in. And I think Curtis Thompson was actually the last guy in. Matt Atkins was the last guy in to one of the last guys in, to the RSM this week. And there's a 2-minute long video of him just so emotional and really getting into it. And I think that they do a great job of stuff like that. There's videos of behind the scenes with how players recover from stuff. I know there's a video of Will Gordon, like what he does in a sauna to recover off the course. They're pumping out content. It's just a matter of if people are going to watch it or not. And I'm hoping people are going to watch it because it is great content. With that being said, why don't we get into the RSM, get into some
baby. Let's do it.
Sea Island, great golf course.
Dude, we got to talk about my bubble boy, PK, man. I mean, where a better place to do it, get back the tour card or just secure a spot than at his home. I mean, in Sea Island. So I will say, though, he typically doesn't play well in this event. I hate to say it, but you know what? I think this will really make him put the full course press on and just ensure that he does it. I mean, he hasn't lost his card once in this is going to be 8 years now. 2015, he graduated web.com. So, I mean, he's sitting at 130 right now. He needs 5 spots to move. What do you think that is? Top 10? I mean, probably, right?
I could tell you there's a document that says exactly what he needs. So keep talking and I'll tell you right now.
All right, go look it up and
You have
look.
to give me
So,
2 minutes.
huh?
You're gonna have to give me 2 minutes, so keep
Yeah,
talking.
that's fine. Look, I must say that I can't believe it's come to this. I mean, I know he hasn't played. All right, now you're ready. You got it?
Patton Kazire needs 56 points. That is a 2-way tie for 14th.
Okay. We can do this, PK. We can do this. So wait, but see, I don't think it works exactly like that, because doesn't it have to do with the people ahead of him?
Nope, that's the
Like
minimum.
how they do too?
That's the minimum amount of points needed he needs 56 points. So it's a 2-way T for 14 is 56 points. That's taking into account what everyone else does, because if it's 3-way tie, then he doesn't get it. So it has to be at least a 2-way tie for 14th. He needs 56 points to move it to the top 125.
Okay. I mean, look, I definitely think he could do it. I mean, it's Sea Island, it's his home. I know that he probably doesn't play the seaside implantation as much as he does the private courses, but anyway, I mean, he lives there. He knows the golf course as well. I mean, he has a top 10 in the event. He has a T10, a T15, a couple missed cuts, and a couple other mediocre finishes. But look, I think this is really, I mean, he's 37 years old now. It's crazy. So, he's not like he's getting any younger. I mean, he's pushing 40 and he's still sitting on those 2 wins, and he definitely wants a third. At least
there are so many notable names on this list that are just going to lose status. I mean, it's crazy to think. Let me read out some of these names that aren't going to finish unless they win this week. Ben Crane, Michael Gligic, Kevin Kisner, but he probably has some sort of status. I don't know what the hell he has. Brian Gay, Jonas Blixt, Nick Watney.
Derek Ernst?
He's not on this list. Francesco Molinari, definitely going to get sponsors because he's a Masters Open champion. But Wesley Bryan, of course. Robert Streb, who won this tournament in 2020 twice.
That was a ridiculous win, by the way.
He won this tournament. Grayson Murray, but isn't he getting his card back through the Corn Ferry? I don't know. There's just a Vincent Whaley, Kelly Craft, Cody Gribble, Stuart Sink, but probably has exemptions. Webb Simpson he needs a solo third to get inside the 125. Jimmy Walker needs a 2-way tie for 4th. Cameron Champ needs a solo 8th. Ryan Palmer needs a 2-way tie for 12th. Ryan Moore needs a 2-way tie for 16th. Maverick McNeely needs a solo 33rd. There's just so many names on this that are notable that are in danger of not being inside the 125. So it's an interesting week.
That's what I'm saying, man. I love these events. It's great. These are the events I like to watch. I know many people who are not like extreme golf fans are going to watch this event because it's a wraparound event. But these are the events like this and the Corn Ferry Tour. These guys are fighting for their lives out there, their careers. I mean, if PK doesn't get that top 14, I mean, he's going back to Corn Ferry. I mean, maybe he'll get a couple sponsors invites in the alternate field events here and there, but I mean, dude, he's going to have to play the Corn Ferry, and that's crazy. That's a big deal for him. I mean, if he had to drop from PGA Tour to Corn Ferry, obviously, and he's not even 40 yet. So, I mean, he's still, I would say, in the prime of his career. So this is very crucial.
We don't realize how small that line is for guys that are on the PGA Tour compared to the Corn Ferry Tour. How easy it is.
Just so minuscule.
Think of a guy like Jimmy Walker. He's a major champion. He had a dominant time at Hawaii, or whatever year that was, 2019, maybe 2018. Yeah. He's in danger of losing his card. And then you think of a guy. I read his name. He's in danger. He needs a 2-way T for 4. I mean, he's
probably going to miss.
Yeah, so he'll get sponsors and stuff, but a guy like that, and then you think about a guy like Matt Atkins is in tears and he's crying over the fact of just getting into an event. So there are so many guys that are just like back and forth between. You could say the same for the Corn Ferry Tour. The guys that are barely missing out on getting their card, the guys that are on the PGA Tour that are missing out on keeping their card. So that line is so small. So I mean, this week is. With that being said, let's get into the picks because I've got some interesting picks that may implicate that line that we're talking about.
All right. I mean, look, I mean, I know you said you got your picks already, so get us started. Is he playing for DFL? Is he in it or no?
He's playing.
All right, so we'll skip you. I mean, I wonder what he's at, like 200?
Needs a win. He's got
Yeah.
60 FedEx Cup points and he's 200.
I mean, it's about time this guy just is off the PGA Tour. I mean, he missed the MCs or T60 every week.
He'll probably win this week.
That would be the greatest comeback of all time, I must say. But yeah. I mean, dude, could you imagine if David Ford won this?
God,
We'd have
that'd
to
be
get him
awesome.
right back on again.
That would be awesome.
I mean, I guess I can't take Gligic, so I am gonna go with I'm gonna go with Colin Taryn.
Dude.
What?
Scott?
Another guy that there was a great feature on released today, a 20-minute video about him going back to his home in England. That's a nice guy right there. I really don't think he's finishing DFL, but
All right, fine. I'm fine. I'm going Brent. I'm going Brent Grant. Brent Grant.
Okay.
I'll go Nico Echeverria.
Come on, man.
I just gotta
he's
throw
got
the
to
name out
win.
there.
Watched him at the Wyndham, and it did not look good. I know that was
You actually watched him?
I did. I saw him for a couple holes.
You didn't? I don't think you told me that.
Oh, sorry, forgot about that. But yeah, I think for some reason his caddy didn't even have his name on the back of his bib, which didn't really make sense. I couldn't figure out who it was, and then that's Nico Echeverria.
All right, I'm gonna give a few more picks here, and then I gotta run. But the winner is gonna be Ludwig Aberg, aka Obear, which is the official pronunciation. I can't say it like that. I gotta say Aberg. So Ludwig gonna get the win, his first as a PGA Tour member. He is a freaking beast, man. He is gonna be contending in all the biggest events pretty soon, and we're gonna be looking back at the RSM in a few years and be like, treat it like Jordan with the Valspar. I know Jordan won the Valspar, I think 2014, went on to win the Masters the year later, and his career took off. That's going to be the RSM for Ludwig. So this is his week. Also, I'm going to kind of put my lock top 10 and dark horse together. It's going to be David and Maxwell Ford. Got to go with my boys. Pretty cool. The PGA Tour put them in the same group.
When are you not going with the youngsters?
Never. Always ride and die with the youngsters. Got to support those.
I don't think it's hit for you once.
Probably not. But
I'll tell you what, I think this is your best chance yet.
I agree. These guys play in the South a lot. They're used to it.
Yeah.
And they're freaking ballers. Also, I'm going to keep going with the youngsters until it finally hits so I can say that I picked that guy. But like I said, pretty cool. They put them together. I think they're playing with Davis Love. So if you're a fan out at the RSM, obviously maybe go watch the big guns, but that's a pretty cool trio to watch. Two of the young stars of the college game, and then an old legend who's lived at Sea Island for all his life. So I'm looking forward to it. I think we got a pretty fun event, a lot of cool talking points, and I'm excited. I got to run though, boys. Enjoyed it, and hold the fort while I'm gone.
All right. Well, Drewby, I guess I'll go with my dark horse.
What's funny, real quick? What's funny about the Ford brothers being paired together is the fact that why couldn't the Bryan brothers be paired together last week? We
were talking about that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think it would have increased viewers for sure.
Get that? That's just a random point, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, my dark horse is going to be Will Gordon. Plays well down in the South. You like that pick, right?
Yeah, it's a guy who was on a feature today. He does to recover off the golf course. He goes to an infrared sauna, so that's a good guy to pick. He knows what he's doing.
There we go. Then you're gonna like my winner too, but I'll get to that later. Yeah, Will Gordon has had. I thought he had a pretty decent season, to be honest. I definitely would say a resurgence. But yeah, I think he's going to play well this week.
That's a good one. I don't know if you consider this a dark horse, okay? But it's a guy who's dominating on the Champions Tour. Just won the TimberTech Championship. He's in the field this week. Padraig Harrington is my dark horse this week at the RSM.
Holy cow!
Yep.
I mean, I guess. All right. Well, you know what? I gotta stick with them. I gotta have the faith. My top 10 is gonna be PK. I'm riding and dying. I think he's. I mean, he knows he has to do it. It's do or die for you, PK. So this is it. Let's see it. Let's see what you got. And I think he's gonna produce. I mean, he's due for a great showing out here in Sea Island, his home. So.
Give me a guy for my lock top 10 who just won the Courage Award, who's had a great bounce back of what
That's
he's
my
been
winner. That's my winner.
That's your winner, what he's been through. I think he's
Yeah.
playing really well this week. I don't know if he's winning, but that's my lock top 10. Chris Kirk.
Yeah, that's my winner.
Chris Kirk's your winner. There you go. My winner is a guy who's just going to win eventually, and he's on the top of the sleeper picks for this week, the top of a lot of the expert picks. So Eric Cole.
We should have just skipped. I mean that was, those two players are in the what?
Another sleeper of mine is a guy who played really well last week. Fred Biondi is another sleeper for me. I think he finished top 12, top 13 last week.
All right, I don't mind it.
Yeah, but yeah, those are my picks. Two of them are what they usually are, but yeah, there you go.
All right, well, guys, we got our picks in. We've got a great group. We've got a hometown here. Actually, Chris Kirk is another Sea Island guy. So
is the face of RSM also.
Yeah, yeah. What did he win it when it was the McGladrey though?
I think so, but he literally has an RSM hat. So
Yeah. So there you go. We got some Sea Island homies looking to perform well this week. So we'll see what happens. But definitely stay tuned and hope you guys all watch this weekend because it's going to be a good one. But we'll see you next week.